Oh, great. All right, we will get started. So welcome and thank you so much for joining today's session, Save Money and Be Resilient for the Oak Park Green Business Program. My name is Cassie Carroll and I'm a program director at the Smart Energy Design Assistance Center, or CDAC, at the University of Illinois. And with us today, we have Marcella Bondi-Keenan, who's the Sustainability Coordinator for the Village of Oak Park. She's going to hop in here and say a few words about the Oak Park Green Business Program, and then we'll get started on today's session. So Marcella, take it away.
Thanks, Cassie. It's great to be here. Welcome, everyone. And I'm excited about the Oak Park Green Business Program because Oak Park has such a vibrant small business community. And this program offers very hands-on technical assistance that supports ways for businesses to save money while also advancing climate goals. And Oak Park is, as you may know, has adopted Climate Ready Oak Park, a climate action and sustainability plan that commits to reducing our greenhouse gases by 60% by 2030 and to net zero by 2050. And the small business community is definitely a huge part of making that happen. So thank you, Cassie, and to CDAC and IGBA for partnering with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for working with us. We're excited to be charging forward and helping Oak Park meet its sustainability goals. So thank you. And again, just my name's Cassie. I'm the director for the Illinois Green Business Program. I wear a couple different hats, as Marcella said. The Illinois Green Business Program is a part of CDAC, the Smart Energy Design Assistance Center at the University of Illinois, and also the Illinois Green Business Association. Another hat that I wear is I also run a national network of green business programs all across the country, about 26 different programs. So all of the good information that they have out west, out east, I try to bring to our programs and our businesses here in Illinois. So the core, we're really focused at the Illinois Green Business Program on sustainable business. So it was founded in 2008 as a way to help make it easier for businesses to go green. And so we really try to make, our goal is to make sustainable business the standard practice of business. So today we're going to be going through a variety of different topics that kind of highlight not only, what is sustainability in business, what are we seeing out there, but we'll talk about the benefits of sustainability to your business or your organization, how to start your sustainability journey, and of course, we'll talk about some top sustainability practices for all businesses. Feel free as we go to pop things in the chat, questions you may have, comments, and then we will have time at the end for question and answer, but I will try to address those comments as I see them come in as well. So I look forward to chatting with you today about all these different topics. But of course, we have to define a little bit about what sustainability is. So really, sustainability, as we've heard oftentimes, is the connection between social, environment, and economic. And really, when we talk about green business programs, some programs focus on things that look at social benefits, but we're going to be talking about the environment and economic pieces of sustainability today. So really in business, sustainability is defined as doing business without negatively impacting the environment, community, or society as a whole. And so really, when we talk about sustainability in business, we try to think about, how can we as businesses continue to do good and have a direct impact on how our companies are able to do well and thrive. So it's a shared value opportunity when we talk about sustainability in a business. And really, it's an opportunity to contribute not only to your own operational efficiency, effectiveness, et cetera, but then also help meet those key sustainability goals for the community or your region. And really, when we talk about sustainability in business and how to build that shared value opportunity in your company, you can start anywhere. And we'll talk a lot today about how do you figure out how sustainability fits into your business model or your operations or the programming that you do, et cetera. And so there's a lot of other things just outside of that are driving sustainability in business. We're seeing a lot of trends on something called ESG in the corporate world, or environment, sustain, governance, and social. And basically 90% of the largest companies have sustainability plans, and they have ESG departments that focus on things like waste management, natural resources, or governance, corporate governance and risk management when it comes to climate change, or even looking at society, human capital management. But corporations have really taken the lead on this for a while now. But really, what we try to do is think about why does this matter to our businesses in Oak Park or our small businesses? How can we bring these trends of environment, social governance that are happening at these big companies down to our communities? And really, in a lot of ways, our customers are driving it. So demonstrating, customers really want to see businesses demonstrate real impact, not just surface commitments. That's a lot of what I'm hearing when I hear from greenbiz.org or other sorts of environmental thought leaders, is that a lot of companies have made these surface level grand goals, but they're really struggling on how to actually enact those goals and find and demonstrate that real impact in climate reductions. Consumers also really want to buy from companies that are green. So 42% of consumers want to be seen as someone who buys eco-friendly products. And this is a statistic from a sustainability market research firm. And another benefit to being sustainable as a company is that the new workforce, so kids that are just graduating high school and college, are really climate minded. I mean, I've seen students actually between cars say, oh my gosh, your climate footprint with that car is so bad. So their new generation wants to work for a company that aligns with their values, and that company has to have a good sustainability commitment and actually demonstrate real impact. So our consumers, our communities are really driving sustainability in business. And the Shelton Group, which is that marketing firm that I mentioned before, did a study about what makes a good company. And so these are one of the things I've talked about, making a real commitment to climate change is there, but also when companies use recycles or produces recyclable items or works to reduce waste. Waste continues to be a trend that consumers are, whenever you go into a business, you see, well, are they recycling? Do they have green products? That's the main way our customers interact with our businesses. But there's so much more we can do on the back end as well. But a good company, also people think that it carries eco-friendly products, and a key from this market research study, it treats its employees well. So really, plastics and reduction of plastics are a big piece that consumers are still concerned about, because the plastic straw and the turtle campaign really worked to drive change and consumers wanting to see items not delivered or wrapped in plastic. But these are kind of the sustainability trends. So customers are out there, they're looking for businesses that have these values, and communicating those values through your business is key. So how do you do that? Sustainable business is the new standard of business, but really, what does it mean, in your company, in your individual operations for what you do? So green businesses, in our definition at the Illinois Green Business Program, are those that save money by wasting less. They create healthier, cleaner places to live and work. They engage their employees and their community in sustainable practices, and they're on a journey for continuous improvement. So I just placed some logos of some of the businesses that we're working with in Oak Park right now, and they're at varying stages in their sustainability journey. So Beyond Properties right now is actually getting recertified with us. So they're doing some different things to reduce paper, or look at eco-friendly cleaning products, or more eco-friendly cleaning products, because they already have some in place, to continue to create a healthier indoor air environment and reduce waste. Carnivore, for example, is really interested to see, well, what are the trade-offs between my aluminum packaging and the packaging that we used to use that's plastic? Is it actually better for the environment? So we're doing some cost comparisons and environmental analysis for them to see, for their customers, when they're delivering their products, are they delivering a product in a container that's more eco-friendly? The Daily Bagel, for example, is looking at different ways to reduce waste at their business and divert things from the landfill. And downtown Oak Park is really working to bring energy efficiency more throughout their offices. So as you can see, these are just different types of businesses, restaurants, offices of different sizes. They're all approaching sustainability a little bit different, but at the core, or differently, because they're in different industries. But at the core of their work, they're trying to save money by wasting less, trying to reduce their environmental impact, create healthier, cleaner environments, engage their staff. And they're always, the journey doesn't stop. You have to start somewhere, but it doesn't stop. And so a green business program can help these businesses navigate, what opportunities are out there for them, and what kinds of opportunities will help increase efficiency, reduce cost, and drive those environmental impact reductions. So a green business program is really a team of sustainability specialists that comes in and helps find those opportunities and connects you to resources to help you integrate greener, more sustainable practices in your business. It's a one-stop shop for resources, as well as program frameworks to help you on that journey. It also we recognize your green efforts, and we help you set goals and reach them to create that green marketplace for consumers in Oak Park. So, businesses that go through our program reap a lot of different benefits. Of course, this is a repeat from the other side, but they do find cost savings from implementing green practices. So if we find ways to be more efficient with products, or if we find ways to reduce energy, and we'll talk about tons of examples later, but they save money by wasting less resources. They identify unique sustainability solutions for their business that increase efficiency. They're enhancing their brand with positive and sustainable PR, or marketing and promotion. And they're attracting customers because they're communicating their efforts. They're attracting customers who care about the community and their environment. They're also attracting employees that want to work at a place that has these sustainable attributes as well. And ultimately, they're saving time and valuable resources by not approaching sustainability alone. There's a lot of different directions that you can go if you've ever explored sustainability for your organization or business. There's so many resources out there. So there's so many different things that you can start with. How do you prioritize it? How do you make it really work for your business? And that's really at the core of what a green business program does. So how do you start on your sustainability journey? So the Illinois Green Business Program actually offers what's called a Green Business Baseline, which I'll go into a little bit. But it may, we always recommend that you kind of think about, well, how does sustainability fit with what I do at my business or with my mission? What does it mean to be a green business at your company? So really thinking about too, what are the things that I do or the services I provide? And how does sustainability interface with that? And even sometimes making a commitment and creating a green mission is a good place or good way to start thinking about that, how it aligns with your business. So for example, we work with an auto body shop, and this is their mission statement: to offer honest and reliable automotive services and repair, to develop an unmatched reputation with our customers and within the community in terms of service and quality. So we went through a process, or we helped them think through, well, what could a green mission look like? What do you care about as a business? And it's like, well, we care about really providing high quality service for our community. Well, how about we think about a way to do that that's more sustainable, and talk about that as our sustainability mission. So their green mission as a part of their auto body shop was to maintain our reliable service while reducing our environmental impact, and by offering environmentally friendly automotive repair for our customers, staff, and community. So, it's an easy way to think about how does sustainability align with our mission, but it also embeds sustainability by making a mission statement, and embed sustainability into your operations, into your core of your business. So taking a moment to think about that too is also a really great place to start your journey. But the Illinois Green Business Program offers a 3-step process to help your business. So there's 3 key steps that we work with businesses on. The first is assessing opportunities. Then we help our businesses take action. And then we recognize those businesses for their efforts. So I'm going to go through each one of these with some key examples around how we help businesses identify green practices, take action, and then get recognized for their efforts, which is what the core of a green business program is. So first, when we get a business that's interested, or a business approaches us that's interested in sustainability, we first work to assess opportunities. And really our first step is to do some benchmarking, because if you don't understand what resources you're using, like energy or water or looking at waste, how can you tell your journey, where your journey should go? Where should you focus your efforts? So benchmarking is a really great way to start identifying where you should focus in your business. And that's our first step that we do, that we work with our businesses on. So we do a brief 30-minute interview. We do request utility bills just so we can take a look and see what their annual use is, our business's annual use is. And then we do benchmark. So we do a climate footprint. This is an example of a climate footprint calculator. It's using the Cool Climate calculator out of UC Berkeley. And this is an actual business's energy benchmark and then their climate footprint. So you can see, based on the inputs that we collected during that 30-minute survey, we were able to estimate with this tool their climate footprint. And we don't always bank and say, oh, this metric tons of CO2e or the metric tons of greenhouse gases that they're emitting is actual. This is an estimate. We use this as a tool to figure out, well, where should we focus your sustainability efforts on the most? So in this business, it looks like facilities here is the biggest category. So electricity and natural gas comprise the majority amount of this business's emissions, greenhouse gas emissions. Visitor cars, I mean, you can't avoid visitor travel to your business. You want people to come to your business. This may be something we could talk to them about. Is there a way that we could offer a competition for submitting your name if you've biked or taken the bus to your or the business's location to reduce this footprint? But visitors, we can't really impact too much. We can only really impact what the business presides over, what they have control over. So we're going to focus with this business on electricity and natural gas. And then we do utility benchmarking. This is their energy use intensity, basically their energy use per square foot. This is the national average up here, and I had to cut off some text, so I didn't. So I left the business anonymous. This is the national use, and this is their use, energy use per square foot. And they are really high over the national average for what their restaurant should be based on the square footage of their space. So that energy benchmarking and this climate footprint calculator tell me, okay, we've really got to help this business reduce its electric and energy use overall. So that's where we'll focus. And that's where the biggest impact is going to be, because we can reduce costs, so utility costs. We can make things more efficient and effective, like LED lights that last for a long time. Maybe that could be an option. Or and really help communicate those environmental successes and reductions. So this is a restaurant. And there's our area of focus. Now this is an office. So this office, the national average for their energy use was 90.1. They're at 49.2. So they are using 45% less energy per square foot than most businesses. Okay, this tells me they're doing a great job. We don't need to focus on electricity use as much here. Maybe there are some other areas we can focus on for this office. So we did the carbon footprint calculator, and you can see that transportation here in the dark green is a big footprint, as well as procurement. So how can we think about reducing their procurement footprint emissions by maybe purchasing things that are made of recycled content or reusable, or things that don't have as many harmful chemicals in them? So, we won't focus on energy for this office. We'll focus on something completely different. So the story, we start with benchmarking to tell the story about where we should focus and where we can help our businesses really thrive. So again, there's the biggest impacts are in those two areas. So that's where we should focus. So we start there with the business, and then we come in and assess their operations. We take about an hour with a business to walk through their facility. And during that walkthrough, we ask a series of questions about their practices. So for example, this business wanted to look at more sustainable options for their portion cups. So we took a photo of some of their information, how much they use. We asked about their frequency of ordering, and we'll do an environmental and economic cost analysis and look at some options for them. This business, we do a waste assessment as part of our in-person walkthrough. This business, this is a recycling bin, and you can see this kind of plastic film in here. Is it recyclable? You'd think it is, but it's not. It gums up recycling systems at the plant. So after they pick up your recyclables, it gets stuck in those systems, and sometimes that contamination can reject a whole load of recyclables and send it to a landfill. So for this business, even by just taking these photos, I know that I'm going to recommend that they post some signage that says, hey, keep this plastic, and I'm going to put a little piece of plastic on the sign, out of the bin, put it in the trash. So we'll keep our recycling cleaner and sort better. This business, this is our refrigeration case, and this light is not an LED. So we take a picture of it. We actually have a closer photo of the bulb itself, and we'll look at recommendations for switching that out. So the assessment, so we kind of guide us, that baseline guides us to like, where should we look in the business? Then going on site, we gain some different ideas through when assessing their operations. And then based on that information, we build a green action plan. So based on what we saw in the business and some of those recommendations, we create a list and a report that highlights some of those key things. So this is an example of an excerpt of a report. This is for faucet aerators, which is the little screen underneath your faucet. And that actually regulates the amount of air that's coming in and pressure coming out for the water coming out of your sink or faucet. And the higher the gallons, or the lower the gallons per minute, the less water is coming out and the more water and energy you'll save. So for this business, we recommended it just on 5 faucets. It was their old aerator was 2.2 gallons per minute, and the new one we're recommending is 0.5 gallons per minute. This business will save 183,000 gallons of water in a year and save on heating costs, hot water costs, because they're hand washing sinks. You know, you want some hot water when you're washing your hands. It'll save them $1,800 on cost savings for water and electricity or gas. So there's not something as simple as a little faucet aerator can really save volumes, and it's only on five sinks there. So that green action plan can help prioritize and guide the recommendations that we find when we come on site. So it's kind of like your roadmap. So that's how we work and assess opportunities for a business. The next step, and that is all on us. That's not on you as the business or the organization. We do all of that for you. Your time is only about an hour and 30 minutes in that whole process that I just described. So that helps you build that roadmap. And then based on that roadmap, you can take action. So we help you move your projects forward. So if one of your goals, let's say the restaurant, was to reduce energy use, we'd advise them to pursue the green action plan items that we recommended. ComEd and NIPER energy efficiency programs actually have free energy assessments. They have instant discounts on things like light bulbs and thermostats. NICOR has free equipment that they can provide during an assessment. And of course, they have incentives. So we help our businesses navigate things like that if their goal is to reduce energy use. And particularly for this restaurant, we're recommending all of those things. And then also we help navigate equipment replacement. So if you're looking for a refrigeration unit that is Energy Star rated, if you're looking for lighting to replace your existing lighting that you have, like spot lighting, we help along those lines as well. And then as a business takes action, we help track your progress. So we have an online system where you can track your progress and generate your impact metrics as well. So it's this system's used by 10 other states for their green business program. So Illinois is a part of that national network of green business programs tracking impact and environmental reductions. So step 1, assess what opportunities you have at your business. Step 2, take action. And once you've taken action on your green practices and completed the baseline program, you get recognized. So we'll give you a certificate with that baseline logo. We'll do a press release, social media. I know Marcella wants to list folks on the Climate Ready Oak Park website, and we'll also list you on our CDAC and IGBA websites. So that's one of the benefits of a green business program. We want to promote the heck out of you and all the green accomplishments that you've done. We do a lot of custom work too with businesses to help them promote their work and their accomplishments. So if you don't see something on this list that would help you get the word out to your customers, happy to talk about how we can help amplify your green initiatives and those results for you. So that's the Green Business Program, or the Green Business Baseline, and how we work with businesses in Oak Park. Let's dig in a little bit to some green practices, because that's the fun part. So every business should, this is my Every Business Should series. Every business should assess their current resource use. So as I said, as you saw, that baselining and understanding your use is so important. So ways that you can do that, of course, through us and in partnership with the Village of Oak Park, but you can also get a free energy assessment from Comet Energy Efficiency Program or NICOR Energy Efficiency Program. I'd be happy to connect you there. So let me know if you're interested in connecting there. Also, we have a very simple form if you wanted to perform your own waste audit and kind of see, well, how much waste volume do I produce? Or how many materials that are ending up in the trash could be diverted to recycling? I'm happy, how much waste can be diverted or avoided? So I think those are two really key pieces of what every business should do to reduce resource use and waste. Every business should install LED lighting and occupancy sensors. So we all know about LED lighting, lasts 10 times longer than regular incandescent bulbs, highly efficient. You don't need to change them out very often, maybe every 10 to 15 years. Make sure that you have a light that is Design Light Standard certified. I think it's DLC certified. That is key, and I'm happy to provide anybody resources on that. But if the lighting, sometimes you can find lighting for cheaper and it's not certified. And the reason why that lighting is cheaper is because it's not certified and it's not guaranteed really to last the life that it's expected to. So sometimes people will buy LEDs and they'll burn out in a couple of years and they're like, what the heck? It was promoted to me as an LED could last for 10, 15 years. Well, making sure you have your lighting certified will ensure that it performs well and performs at its expected life expectancy. So definitely DLC certified, all the utilities, offer lighting products that are certified. So that's one thing that I want to mention. These are spotlights. So for businesses that have spotlights, I just wanted to provide, this is the instant discount program through the Comet Energy Efficiency Program. And you can see this is the screw in, oops, can't click yet. The screw in HID LED, that's this spotlight. You can get $25 discount per lamp, and it's taken off it before you even purchase it. So it's already pre-discounted when you go to their suppliers at Comet Energy Efficiency Program. So definitely take advantage of their instant incentive programs. Exit signs, they're on 24/7. Make sure they're LED. And then if you really want an more in-depth assessment and a list of energy efficiency opportunities, the Comet Energy Efficiency Program is a great place to start. And they usually offer higher incentives for small businesses. Sometimes they'll cover the cost of equipment plus some of the cost of labor. So definitely worthwhile if you want to look at energy saving opportunities, get connected with the Comet Energy Efficiency Program. They've got a good deal going on. Every business should program their thermostats for off-peak hours. So if you are a business that has either zoning where you could turn down certain areas of your building during the time, sometime day, or you have closed hours, definitely make sure your thermostats are programmed to turn a couple degrees up in the winter, or no, a couple degrees up or down in the winter, sorry, and up in the summer. I always get that confused. So again, I'll say it again. So in the program your thermostats to go a little bit down, a couple degrees down in the winter and a couple degrees up in the summer. The reason why, and you can program things. So like if you say you close at 9 o'clock, you could have your thermostat start to turn down a couple degrees in the winter. And then let's say you have employees come in at 5 a.m. program it to start up at 3 a.m. so that it can incrementally increase the temperature and be the perfect temperature when your employees come to work. So this is I know it's a very pretty diagram, but I'll explain it. So this is the period between the end of October and November for a business. You can see this is called a heat map of your energy use by hour. So this is 12 a.m. down here to 12 a.m. the next day. So this business starts to open. You can see activity, the heat, and everything starts going up between 9 and 10 a.m. And this red and orange is when they're using the most energy in their business, okay? But you can see here, they're not really in the business 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. or starting, maybe you could see it start to taper off here around between 8 and 9 p.m. So when you see little striations like this, where there's orange and yellow in the heat map, and this is available through the ComEd, you can actually look at this for your business through ComEd's Business Energy Analyzer. But when you see this start to bubble into areas and this orange and yellow start to happen in times when you're not in your business, that means you're using energy that you shouldn't use. And something either is going wrong, maybe it needs to heat or cool more, something might be off, but you should not have these sorts of fluctuations, even here in the morning times. And if maybe this business has some people that come into work early and turn on the heat and those sorts of things, or turn up the heat. But definitely you can save significant amount of dollars by controlling this excess energy. You want your energy during off-peak hours to look like this. I worked with a larger business. I want to say it was about 200 people in this office building. And we programmed their thermostats with them and helped reduce this sort of orangey yellow during off-peak hours. They saved $3,000 a year just by programming their thermostat on heating and cooling costs, and they could see it in their bills. So it really works. For example, this is another business that uses a lot less energy. They have a few peak times here, but you could see how this business programs their thermostat. You can see how nice and green and clear it is. You have some things coming in at these off-peak hours. They have employees that come in and out of the building every once in a while. Throughout the course between like 5 and 9 p.m. So that's expected. The thermostat is smart. It kicks on when somebody walks by it. It'll kick on for a little bit and then it'll kick back down. But you can see how much this programming the thermostat really helped this business reduce their heating and cooling costs when they aren't open. Look at all that nice green there. So program your thermostat. It really works and it can help you cut your utility costs. We already talked a little bit about installing faucet aerators. Here's what that aerator looks like on the bottom. So that's what your water comes out of the faucet with. And it's best for hand washing sinks, not if you're trying to fill pots and pans or different things. It'll just take 5 times longer if you have an efficient aerator on it. So hand washing sinks only. The cost savings is really there for water and electricity or heat or natural gas. But then also in restaurants, there's pre-rinse spray valves that you can get that are more efficient as well. And NICOR Energy Efficiency Program offers some good incentives for those as well that are low flow, that do the same thing as aerators. They just help the water pressurize more. So you feel like you're getting the same amount of water, but you're actually reducing water. So everybody should install faucet aerators on hand washing sinks. Of course, taking steps to reduce paper use and printing. For businesses that use receipts on thermal paper, definitely look into ways to do digital receipts. It not only saves money on ink and paper, but thermal paper actually has toxins in it that have negative health effects. So, supermarket checkout staff and people that handle receipts a lot actually have had this found in traces in their urine, and it can really disrupt endocrine function and reproductive toxicity effects. So definitely, if not for the cost savings, the health of your employees, move to digital receipts and invoicing if you're using thermal paper. Something we try to recommend a lot. Things like double siding is the default, or installing a printer management system so that documents only print when you get to the printer. You have to approve it to get printed instead of automatically sending it and automatically printing it. That helped one company cut that I work with, that was 1,200 people. It cut their paper use by 45%. Just because people weren't sending documents to the printer and forgetting about them. They had to go approve them at the printer. So double signing and print management systems can really help. Using laminated sheets wherever possible, like in prep kitchens and those sorts of things, is a good idea. And then, of course, moving to a digital filing system can help reduce paper. Improving waste sorting efforts. You would be amazed at how much a simple waste assessment, looking in a trash bin and seeing what could have gone into the recycling, and some signage to remind folks, can do to increase diversion efforts. We did that. We centralized recycling bins at one of our businesses with about 20 people, and we increased diversion rates by 45%. So they're almost at 90%, 95% diversion rate in their entire company, which is awesome. It also works for larger businesses. We move the needle with a business that we work with by doing centralized bins, better signage, and some employee engagement and education. We increased their diversion rate for recycling by about 25%, and it's continued to grow over the years. So just understanding what your hauler can take and creating signage that reflects that and gives reminders. Even, like this plastic that I showed, even putting the plastic there and saying, putting it over the trash and saying this goes in the trash, that can help with diversion rates. So definitely signage can help waste sorting, or help waste sorting efforts in your company. This is another picture from a grocery store that we found. And so this was kind of on their outside bins. They had a little cafe area. I bet you can't tell whether this is trash or recycling. Guesses, I would have said it was trash, but it's actually recycling. So this bin needs a lot more education around what is recyclable and what isn't. Masks certainly aren't recyclable, but there's a lot of cans and a lot of good things in here that are recyclable. So definitely education at this bin is something that we'd recommend. And there's some free tools to create educational waste sorting signage at no cost. So happy to email those out for people that are interested. Finally, every business should purchase less toxic products. So I don't know how many people know about the EPA Safer Choice program or look at the label, but it is one of the most stringent products certification standards out there. The EPA looks at every chemical ingredient in a product and make sure that it is safe, not only for human health, but for our breathing, for the environment. It is the top tier certification for cleaning products, office products, all sorts of things. So look for the Safer Choice option. Green Seal certified is also another great option. They do some great work with chemical replacements as well. So definitely making sure that you purchase less toxic products. Even just stocking an EPA Safer Choice labeled daily cleaner is a great way to increase the health and safety of your staff. Also, I don't know if you knew, if you're doing renovations or painting, there is 0 VOC, or volatile organic compound, paint. And VOCs, when you paint and you smell, there's a chemical smell that lingers for a while. Those are VOCs, volatile organic compounds, and they aren't great for us to breathe in. So there's actually paint that has 0 VOC, white paint, that has no volatile organic compounds in it. And actually, fun fact, paint color, or the pigment, is what brings the darker the paint, the more the VOCs. So it's interesting. So starting with, if you're doing painting, starting with 0 VOC paint and then adding color is better than going to the store and buying regular paint and adding color to that. So just a little fact, a fun fact. And then also replacing disposable items in your business with reusable items to reduce waste. Always choose reusable over disposable when possible. But my last point, every business should start somewhere. Don't feel overwhelmed. Start with one project. Don't be afraid to try out some new strategies. Start with one thing and gain some success, gain some momentum. Some of those early successes with easy things, or things that seem like they're no-brainers, can really set the stage in your organization to have sustainability be a continuous journey. So again, it's a journey, it's not a race. You don't have to do everything at once. Really hone in on those opportunities that are best for your business and start there. And that's where the Illinois Green Business Program comes in and helps out, and accomplish some of those early wins and keep going down your journey. So I just wanted to say thank you so much to the Village of Oak Park for your partnership. We're really excited to be digging in and working with businesses in the region, and let us know how we can help. If you're interested in an assessment and just getting that benchmarking, some ideas and doing the assessment and then getting that green action plan, we'd be happy to work with you. We have funds to be able to work with you at no cost to provide that assessment. Thanks. And so if you have any questions, please the floor is open. Please let me know. But thank you so much for having me today, and thank you for being here today.
Thanks, Cassie. Great presentation. Lots of excellent detail. I didn't know that about receipts, so good to know. And just a point, if you are thinking about getting an assessment, don't delay. Oak Park's partnership with CDAC is somewhat time limited. I don't know if CDAC has grant funding beyond that, but we do have, I think, just a little more time to enroll people in the program if you're interested in it. I have a question, Cassie. What sorts of businesses do you work with, and are there any that you particularly suggest go a different route, or any you're particularly looking for?
Mm-hmm. Thanks for asking that. We usually work with our traditional sectors are office, retail, restaurant, and cafes and hotels. We're also working with salons, auto body, auto repair, and breweries, wineries, distilleries. But if you're not in that category, our checklist, our office and retail checklist is our kind of base. And we can work with businesses to really figure out what's going to be most beneficial. So for Brookdale, we have worked with a senior living facility or senior living care organization in Champaign-Urbana. So even though we don't have a checklist for an organization like yours, we'd still be happy to work. We've got lots of ideas. But to Marcella's point, those are our core focuses right now, and I'd be happy to direct you if you're a business of a different type to other resources that may be able to serve you better. And if, of course, as we don't know the answer, we'll find the experts that do.
That's great. Any other questions? Feel free to put them in chat as well if you're feeling a little shy today. Cassie, are there any early success stories you'd like to share from Oak Park? Oh, Candy wants to know, how do we sign up for an assessment?
Yes, definitely. Well, I'd be happy. Feel free, since you registered for the webinar, you're here. I have your contact information, so I will definitely follow up with you. If you're interested in an assessment, either email me at that email address or just let me know in the chat and I will get in touch with you to schedule an assessment. Thanks.
And for folks who are watching this webinar after the fact, the recording, it's C Carroll with 2 R's, number 2 at illinois.edu. It's on the question screen, right?
Yep.
You can also go to sustainoakpark.com, which is the village's website for all things green. And on the green business page of that website, you'll find more information as well.
Do I have a question?
Yes.
I have a question, and I do too.
Go for it.
Hello?
Yep,
Yes,
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, what about businesses joining community solar?
Yes, good question. There are community solar projects throughout the state of Illinois, as well as some surrounding states. Citizens Utility Board, or CUB, has a whole list of community solar projects and the information to sign up. I will be sure to send that information to Rosemary since I have her contact information. But it's really easy. Sometimes community solar arrays are not fully subscribed. So some are planned, but are still in the subscription phase. So for example, my mom signed up for her apartment and to a community solar array. And she waited about 6 months until it was developed and online to start reaping the benefits of electricity that was generated at that site. So that's one scenario. You could sign up for a solar array, commit, and then they'll continue to get subscriptions. And then once they fill their quota or their how big their array is going to be, then they will develop it and put it online. So that's one option. The other is subscribing to a community solar array that's already developed. And again, CUB has details on which ones are in development and offering subscriptions and which that are already active and offering subscriptions. But it does, community solar really helps connect you with a lower price of energy and also reap the benefits of creating cleaner jobs in our communities.
Rosemary, was there another question?
CUB stands for? What does CUB stand for?
Citizens Utility Board.
They are
Okay.
a state nonprofit. There's a CUB in other states as well. They're funded actually by utility money, and they're meant to be a nonprofit that advocates on behalf of utility customers. So you and me, whoever's paying, electric and gas bills. One thing to note is that community solar deals differ from provider to provider, and contract terms differ, and you may or may not get guaranteed savings. So those are all great things to dig into as you're investigating your community solar options.
Good point, Marcella.
I'd like to ask a question, please. We do a lot of recycling of plastics and the paper and glass. But we have heard a rumor that even though we're recycling plastics, that there's nobody out there to take that plastic and use it. You know anything about, is that true?
Yeah, so there's, let's see, trying to put the words together, a flood of thoughts came out. So their plastics are still recycled. So there was some volatility in the market at one point when China, we exported a lot of our plastics to China. And when they said no more, that did place some emphasis in Illinois in the US to figure out what do we do with all of these plastics. There are still plastics being recycled. It's hard to tell where they are and aren't. The companies that are waste companies might not be as forthcoming about that, but I would say still recycle your plastics. If you can switch to things that are, either, aluminum or glass or those sorts of markets to reduce plastics, that's always the best key. But the U.S. continues to develop solutions to handle the plastic waste in our that's being sent to our recyclers and landfills. So definitely still keep up with the recycling. It's just, it changes, the market changes all the time. But if you can get away from those plastics, that's the best option.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cassie. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
Rosemary, and I'll be okay.
Oh, hi, Rosemary.
It was so valuable. Thank you so much. I've got pages. Yes, I see you.
That's great. Well, we'll follow up. I'd be happy to come out and visit with you and chat further about the efforts that you're doing at Brookdale. I'm happy to connect and help you all out.
Thanks, Cassie. Okay,
Thank
nice
you.
to see you. Thank you. Are we?
Any other questions from folks in the audience?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Amrit Rao. I'm a business owner here in Oak Park. I missed most of your presentation, sorry.
Okay.
But I know that this person who's labeled as MB, she mentioned something about a video being available or a video transcript.
Yeah, my name is Marcella Bondi-Keenan. I'm the sustainability coordinator for the Village of Oak Park. And
hi, Marcella.
For some reason, I can't rename myself today on the Zoom. But yes, we will post this video on the sustainoakpark.com website. There's a page there for green businesses. Also, if you're registered, I'm sure we can send you the link as well after the fact.
Oh, that'll be nice. Thank you. If you could send the link, that'll be so nice. Thank you. Great.
Any other questions today? Okay, well, thank you, Marcella, so much for your partnership at the Village of Oak Park. Excited to I know Marcella said sign up soon. We definitely have some few spots available for this program year. We hope to continue forward and serve businesses of Oak Park beyond that. But if you want to sign up for an assessment, please feel free to email me at my email address on the screen. I will also follow up with an email with the video recording, the slides, and then ask if you're interested in getting an assessment. We'll get that scheduled for you. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining today. And I look forward to being your sustainability resource for your businesses and organizations. Marcella, any closing words?
Thank you for coming. We're excited to do this pilot program and would love your feedback for folks who participate on what you would be looking for in addition to this. So have a great day.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.